Oops. Hey guys, morning. Sorry, I got on like super late today because I couldn't get connected to the YouTube. So let me go ahead and just get this link out to you guys real quick. Let's see. Hey Malik, morning. Send out right here. Let's see. Hey guys, morning. Sorry, I had trouble with my internet this morning, so I couldn't get logged on. I'm currently in this breakout from earlier, or from now, I guess, not earlier. Let me show you guys what I made today. I made like a quick profit off it, and then I just pulled out. And there goes another one. All right, let me just send you guys what I made today. So for this breakout right here, it was a really risky breakout, but I hopped in. I generally don't hop in like how I do now, but I hopped in. Let me just show you guys what I made. I kind of just hopped in because there was an issue with the internet connection. I couldn't even get online over here because the internet, I don't know, the internet here in California, the weather's been kind of weird. So let me just send you guys a screenshot that I wasn't able to get onto the YouTube stream. So let me just send you guys what I made. I took a quick profit off it. I probably could have held onto it longer, but I didn't. So let's see. Let's send you guys this right here. I'm not going to count the win, but I did take some trades right there. So I took 2 trades right there for a sell. Technically, this was going to be the breakout right here. This should be the actual breakout, but I actually entered from up here. I saw the drop right here and I just hopped in right away. But technically, the breakout would have been somewhere down here. But I'm not going to count this as it because it's just dropped too far. So price drop right here at 630, about over 1,000 pips almost. Technically, this would be the breakout right here, but I'm not going to hop into it right now because the wick right here is a lot smaller. The wicks over here are a lot bigger. So I learned to even have entered these trades. But I did feel like it was going to come down, so that's why I took it. So let me just let everybody into the room real quick. And then we can get started. So let's see. All right, who's in the room? I think we're good. Morning, Clyde. Morning, Peter. Yeah, I'm seeing it's still dropping. This thing's super risky though. I'm gonna set a for it. Yeah, it's just like it's just way too overextended right now. So I don't recommend anyone hop into it. But I'll show you guys the profits right now. So let's see. 5, 2. All right, yeah, so this is what I locked in this morning, guys. I'm not recommending that you guys enter this right here. This is obviously, it's too late to hop into it. But technically, if like we were waiting for actual entry, I mean, I probably still wouldn't even take this one right here. Reason for that is because there's still a wick on the bottom. It's not a huge wick, but it is a wick down there. So this is what I locked in this morning. I locked in about 1,309. I took 2 trades right here. I basically hopped in when it dropped, and then as it pulled back, I dropped back in again. And then this right here technically would have been where I hopped in again, but I'm not going to hop in again because the market is just, I mean, it's dropped way too much. It's going to have to retrace at some point. So let me just give a little update right here. Took locked in some profit. Drops, and I might, if it comes back down right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in for a little bit. If it drops down right here, I'm going to put like a little sell stop, and I'm just going to catch like a little move, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to hop in and hop out. So I mean, if you guys want to do it, I'm going to do it, but we should probably just wait for actual entry. There we go. As it comes down right there. All right, I made like a quick, it's still on it. Okay, I made a quick profit. So right here, I hopped in, I had a sell stop right there, and then sorry, my volume went down. I took a quick sell stop right there, but I didn't make a lot of profit off it. I just hopped in and then I hopped out. But let me just show you guys what I locked in on that. I locked in on 300 bucks. Off that 30 drop. Let me send you guys that again. So here's what I locked in off that. So I'm up about you guys probably hear my dog in the background. She's like whining right now. Wants to go out. Let me send you guys another screenshot of that. I could have held on to it a little longer, but I didn't. Okay, so I hopped in again for a little bit, just a quick little scalp, because I was worried that it's probably going to bounce back up with this right here. I mean, if you guys want to take this breakout right here, feel free. But, you know, like I mentioned, it is going to be risky. I'll just put a TP down there for whoever actually took this. I just hopped in for a quick little profit because I already locked in a lot of profit when it dropped earlier. So this is a breakout. But I don't recommend entering it because for the reason of it dropping already heavily so much, it's already down over 1,000 pips. You know, it's gonna have to retrace at some point. Breakout full TP. And I'll put a TP1 here too for whoever's deciding to take it. I don't recommend you guys take it though. I'm just gonna mark it up here because I know some of you guys want to take some risk, and then if you guys want to, that's completely fine. But like I mentioned, I'm already out of the trade, and I sent you guys my profits. Right over here. I didn't even hop into the full thing. I just wanted to catch a little more. So I locked in 690 when I hopped in the first time. I pulled out and dropped down again. I dropped another 690 again right there. And then right here, I entered for a small little drop for a few pips, you know, including the spread because the spread was a little, let's see. Yeah, the spread's kind of wide right now. It's because it's so volatile. I locked in another 330 right there. So I'm a total of 1,604 on both accounts. I'm just showing one account right now because I don't want to scam the group at this moment. But yeah, like I mentioned, I don't really recommend you guys take it because it's overextended. If you look at current price right now, price has already dropped. Let's see. It's dropped about 1,060 pips. So obviously, you know, if it drops that much, it's going to have to retrace it a little bit. Maybe I'll catch it as it comes back down, because it looks like it's coming back for a retest of the Asia low over here, and then it just might come all the way back down. So I'll keep looking for it right here. Looking over here on the, let's see, on the 1 minute over here. There was a 1 minute entry that was over there that already hit TP. 3 minute over here. I wouldn't take this one right here. I know some people mention this. Angel, I think you mentioned it, right? It's just too big of a candle, right? This is a huge candle right here. But technically, I mean, if you wanted to take it, that'd be the entry, but I wouldn't take it because it's such a big candle. Like I mentioned, when there's a big drop like that, there has to be some sort of retracement, right? So it comes down, it's going to have to retrace up a bit. It'll probably retrace up to, well, it kind of retraced up halfway right here. But it looks like it's still not done, like, you know, pulling back. So I'm just not going to hop in. It's too heavy. Looking over here at the fundamentals, let me go and refresh this right here. Fundamentals are, they're not heavy red, but they're down 63 points. So, you know, it's still in the red. And the futures data is actually up in the green. So this is another reason why I wouldn't want to enter right away, because the bias isn't super strong. I mean, it is red, but it's not super strong, right? It's only down 63 points. If it's down 100 points, then yeah, that'd be considered a bit stronger. But, you know, personally right here, for the most part, it's not like a one-sided drop right there. Also, looking at market sentiment over here, it's still 64% short. So majority of traders are short. And that's the reason why I wouldn't really want to enter a sell, because if you enter a sell like that, you might get caught in, you know, in some sort of reversal. So there's just, you know, I'm just giving you guys reasons why I wouldn't take certain trades. And hopefully you guys understand, you know, the reasons why. Because it's just super risky. I mean, yeah, it could probably drop, but it's going to be super risky. You can see prices just bouncing back and forth right here. It's not the type of trade that I want to be stuck in if it ends up reversing on me, because it looks like it's probably going to reverse at some point, especially with the fundamentals so low. It's probably going to swing back up. Also looking at market sentiment over here, if more people hop into a sell, say these people see a drop over here and they, you know, anticipate it to drop further, they're going to get trapped because it's going to reverse completely and it's going to saw everyone out. So that's another reason why I don't recommend hopping into the sell at this point right here. I already locked in my profit, so I'm pretty much done with this at this point. Yeah, guys, careful for like these like scammers in the group, you know, that post about these like Bitcoin things. It's almost always 100% a scam. So let me just delete that right there. And let me just give another update here. Within some more profit. And yeah, you guys can see right here. So like I mentioned, this is technically the breakout, but it's just too risky. And the reason for that risk is because of how price is moving. Also, this entry came out super late. It would have came out at about 6:32. Generally, you want to have it within the first minute or so. And it's now 6:41. So at this point, price might be shifting to a reversal because of the breakout. Because generally, if it breaks down like this and then you look at the market sentiment and it's heavily in that direction, it's probably going to start to just shift to the upside. This is usually a trap to just trap more of these retail traders in here. So don't be surprised if you guys see price do this. It'll probably drop a little bit, and then I'll just keep bouncing back and forth. And then all of a sudden, it's just going to reverse. Because that's kind of what I see happening. That's why I don't recommend anyone hop into it. That's kind of like what's happening right here, right? Price came down. The same pattern right here is basically developing currently as we see it. Let me just back up a little bit. So price dropped right here. It's just gonna, you know, range a little bit around this area. And it's gonna look like it's gonna drop. And then when you least expect it, it's just going to reverse completely. So let me check over here at the, sorry guys, let me check the news. Let's see the news over here. So we got crude oil inventory at 7:30. We still have like a little bit less than an hour from that news event. But other than that, we had the core durable goods orders at 5:30. I'm not sure if that really affected the market. It was positive news. So yeah, I don't think that really affected the market too much. 5:30 right here. Or maybe it did because it kind of went up slightly. So like from 5:30 right here, it slightly went up. The news was good. And then it just came crashing back down. So yeah, we do have US oil news coming up in the next couple minutes or so. So let's see. All right, let me see if there's anything else here. So let me check the chat out, see what I missed over here. Let me scroll down. Morning, Peter. Morning, Clyde. Morning, Ben Hartwig. Nico said, "Are you going to sell right now?" Sorry, Nico. I don't know when you asked that question. 6:30. I was in a sell earlier, but I'm not in it now. I already entered these 3 sells over here, and that's why I'm in profit. 1,604 on both my accounts. Let's see. Roger said no K2 momentum, so no official breakout, right? No, Roger, there was an official breakout. It was down here. The momentum signal was up here. You don't have to wait for momentum signal to close. If we already have a momentum signal for a sell, all the biases are pointing towards the downside. And the reason for that is because the 10-minute price was below the pivots, the trend meter is red. Same with the 3-minute price was below the pivots, the trend meter is also red. And lastly, here on the 1-minute price was below the pivots and the trend meter is red. On top of that, the fundamentals over here were also bearish. The only thing that made it risky was that market sentiment was also short. Generally, we want it to be opposite of where we're trading. Right here, we traded short and the retail sentiment was also short. So there was an entry here. There doesn't need to be a momentum signal at all. There just needs to be a confirmation of a strong bearish candle. So right here on open, there was no strong bearish candle because there was a big wick right here. So we would have skipped it. Same with the next candle right here. There was no entry there. I mean, there technically could have been an entry up here. This technically could have been the breakout over here. It just depends on how you would perceive this, right? There's a big wick right here, but it's not a huge wick. This wick right here wouldn't count because it's big. It's like bigger than the candle body, right? We had a wick from the bottom, a wick from the top. They're bigger than the candle body. Right here, there was a big wick as well, but it wasn't as big as the candle body. So technically, this could have been the breakout right here, depending on how risky you want it to be. This could have been the breakout. Vice versa, this over here looks like a way better entry because there's a lot smaller wick at the bottom and there's no wick on top. So with that said, this technically would have been it could have been one of these. It could have been this one right here, or it could have been this one because they're both strong red candles. Depending on which one you took, this one would have dropped pretty heavily. That's why I entered this one right here, but it was risky. But this right here would technically be the better entry. And the reason for that is because it's a smaller wick on the bottom. However, like I mentioned, retail sentiment is short, so you generally don't want to trade in the direction of retail sentiment. So if you were looking for entry here, Roger, this would technically be the official one, or this one would be the official one, depending on how risky you were or how you perceived it, because everyone perceives candles differently, right? Some people might think this is not a strong red candle. If I rewind this, let me show you. So for me right here, I entered this because even though there was a big wick on the bottom, I still considered this a strong red candle. And that's when I took the first 2-3 trades right here, these right here, where I made about 1,300. And then when it dropped down here, you can see the difference in the wick size, right? This wick size over here was big, but it wasn't covering the body. So it's still a strong red candle. However, this one over here is a very strong one because it's a lot smaller of a wick. And it also broke the structure below here. So that's why I entered twice. So I entered here, actually entered up here. I entered up here. I pulled out when it retraced up. I entered again right here. I pulled up when it retraced again. And then I entered right here for a small little profit just to wrap up what I locked in this morning. So that's why I have 3 trades right here. 690 profit, the first one up there, and then 690 right here, the second profit from this second drop, and then this third drop right here. As it dropped slightly, I just hopped in and I put a TP like right below it, and that's how I locked in that extra profit right there. But this is why I recommended not to enter it, because it wasn't completely a clear entry. And hopefully you guys didn't enter it. You guys listened to what I was saying, because you can see how price is moving right here. And if you watch, previously my analysis earlier, it's doing exactly what I just mentioned, right? I mentioned it was going to drop. It was going to range back and forth slightly. And then eventually it was going to swing right back up for a reversal. And that's why I didn't hop back into this trade either. So hopefully you guys didn't hop into the trade. I just have it marked up for the people who are in the trade or who's still holding on to it. But there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't enter it, and I gave you guys those reasons just now. So let me see what else I missed over here. Let's see. David said, missed the beginning of your thought process. The sell, can you do a replay thing once it settles down? David, so I just went over the replay again right now. I just explained what I was looking for. If you need a deeper explanation, let me know. But I think that pretty much covered what I was looking for there. I was looking at the technical analysis, then I looked at the fundamental analysis over here at the stock index, and then I also looked at retail sentiment. These two lined up right here. Technical analysis and the fundamentals were good. The only thing that wasn't there that we needed was going to be the retail sentiment. Generally, if we're going to take a sell, we want this to be over 60% on the long side, or if it's down the middle, that's fine too. But right here, we were trading with the retail market, so we generally don't want to be trading that direction with them. So just a reminder for that. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Let me go over the profits. So let's see, a lot of people over here locked in some profits too. Let me scroll down real quick. Vincent locked in 34. Nice work, Vincent, off that sell. Matthew over here locked in 465. Great work, Matthew. Paul overslept today. It's all good, Paul. Let me scroll over here real quick and see what else we missed over here. Let me scroll over here real quick and see what else people locked in over here. All right, cool. So Angela over here locked in 881. Nice work, Angela. Who else? Angela again, 1,125. Great work, Angela. Kip over here locked in 14,000 this morning. Nice. Kip traded US 30, gold, NASDAQ, and another gold trade down there. Great work, Kip. Patricia locked in a total of 2,224. Great work, Patricia. Definitely great work here. Albert locked in $7 on his personal, and then his other account, he locked in 313. Great work, Albert. DJ locked in a total of 1,009. Nice work, DJ. Let's see, Bradley over here locked in a total of 872. Nice work, Bradley. Nice work, Patricia. 2,224. Stephen over here. I'll come back to your question later, Stephen. Maddie over here locked in 1,136. Great work, Maddie. Let's see, anything else that I missed here? So I just want to clear out my messages here. All right, so it looks like we're good here with the messages. Scott here as well. Let's see, Scott locked in a total of 1,149. Great work, Scott. All right, cool. So you guys did pretty well this morning. Bradley said a 1 minute scalp. Yeah, so we're probably looking for a 1 minute right now, just like Bradley mentioned. It's just, it's just going to be risky. Like I mentioned, like I don't want to be trading for a sell right here. So I'm probably not going to take it. If we have a sell that pops up somewhere around here, I'm probably not going to take it. And the reason for that is because the fundamentals are not that strong. If this was down 100 points and the retail sentiment was in the other direction, then I would possibly, take it. But right now, I don't want to trade in the direction of retail sentiment. If I do see it, maybe I'll mark it up, but I'm going to have to think about it. Like I'm going to have to really think about it if I want to take the trade or not. And the reason for that is because, oh man, I got to think about it now. So there's another 1 minute entry right here. I got to think about it right now because this is the trade right here. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. I'm already happy with my profits for today. I did pretty well. I'm up about 1,600 for the morning with just that breakout right here. So I don't think I'm going to take this trade here. I mean, if you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys. But like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be risky because of how the market's moving right now. Because the sentiment is just too low. You generally don't want to trade when the market's this, the sentiment's on the low side, because this just gives it gives room for market manipulation, for price to spike up. And the problem with you trading on the 1 minute over here is that price can spike up heavily and then come right back down. Like it'll stop you out and it'll come right back down. You're like, damn, I should have just waited for a better entry. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take this trade right here. And that's why you can see how it's pushing up right here. That technically would be an entry, but just everything's lining up in the other direction. So I'm probably gonna wait for it to swing back up. It's only 6:53 right now, so we still have like about an hour. So we do have a lot of time. I'm just gonna wait for it to bounce around and then possibly swing back to the upside. If it swings back to the upside, then I'll switch my bias to a buy. But currently right now, I'm not gonna hop into the sell because I just don't want to trade in the direction of retail sentiment. So let me go check over here real quick and see what else did I miss. Hey Steven, how's it going, bro? Yeah, Eunice said it's testing the Asia low on the 15-minute, 3-minute, 1 hour. I agree. David said, okay, got it. 3 time frames were aligned with the requirements, generally with sentiment less than 70, price but with the experience can read the candles to trade. So for the sentiment, let me just reread what you just said. I'll read it out loud, David, so everyone else can read your response too. So you said, okay, got it. The 3 time frames were aligned with the requirements. That's right. Your next statement here, you're saying that generally with sentiment less than 70 and price within 100 is a no-go. That's not exactly what we're looking for there. We want it to be biased in one direction. So it doesn't have to be over 70. It just has to be biased in that direction. So like, for example, here, the bias here is for a short, right? You don't want to trade where everyone's trading. You want this to be 64% long when you're taking some shorts. Like for example, here, if it's like 64 to 70% to 100% or whatever, short side, then you want to take buys. You kind of want to trade the opposite of everyone else. So although it'll probably work in some instances, it's, this gives you room for some sort of reversal, because you guys can see sentiment has been short for the entire, all of last week, right? All of last week it was short, but you can see price just kept going up and up and up. This is from the 24th, yesterday, actually. Sentiment was like 70% and it just kept going higher and higher and higher. It did the opposite of what everyone else is doing. So for example, here, majority of people are short. So what I'm anticipating is I'm anticipating it to go all the way back up. And that's why I would trade in the opposite. So for your second statement, it doesn't have to, there's no requirement for it to be between 70 and 100. It just needs to be opposite of where you're trading. So right here, you can see that's why price is going upwards, because retail sentiment is short. And that's why I don't want to take any trades right now for a sell, even though this would, this could technically be a decent entry for a sell here. But this is probably what's going to happen. It'll probably come up and then it'll probably come right back down. And that's why I don't want to play with this, because if I get caught in this, I'm going to get stopped out, and then I could have just got a better entry at some point later. So that's one change that I would that I would put with your statement. And then your last statement said, but with experience can read candles to trade. No, exactly. Yeah. And with experience, because for me, I've been trading for like over 11 years now. I'm able to identify when I see a strong candle or a weak candle. One thing that you guys can do if you guys want to like work on that, because I see that a lot of you guys have a problem with that. You can just go to a, oh, I was on the wrong thing. I was drawing on the wrong chart over here. Anyway, so going back to this right here, if you guys want to practice reading candles, just turn off all your indicators. And then just look at the candles, right? And this is something that you could do like in your free time. If you're just bored and you just want to look at candles, you can see, you know, what's a strong candle and what's a little candle. Like comparing these candles to these candles over here, you know, you can see that this is like consolidation because it's barely moving. And you can just measure it to see how much it's moving. It's moving like 70 pips, which is nothing. If you look over here, you can see these are bigger candles. So you can compare how these are small candles while these are huge candles. And then once you figure that out, you can determine, you know, what's a strong candle and what's a little candle, or like what's a strong movement candle versus a weak movement candle. Like for example, here, I'm trying to find like a strong candle here. And the 1 minute is probably not the best time frame to look at, but you know, you can just look at it from a bird's eye view. Like for example, I was saying earlier, if it has a big wick on the bottom and the top, like this right here, big wick on top, big wick on bottom, this is going to indicate that it's an indecisive candle. You know, vice versa. If you see candles dropping like this right here, and you see that this wick is a big wick, however, it's smaller than the body, this can kind of indicate that it's probably going to keep dropping further. So there's different ways to do it, David, but yeah, like you mentioned, it all comes with experience. And this is exactly why I wouldn't have taken this trade here. See what hit stop loss. So turn that off right there. Other than that, let me scroll down a little further and see what else did I miss. Prahul said, hey, Shawn, what's the website for checking the fundamentals? I just go on cnbc.com, Prahul. Roger said, got it. Still learning, so thought the breakout needed to close momentum. Now understand that you don't need it. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, no problem, Roger. You know what, the breakout strategy is one of the it's one that confuses a lot of people. But if you want to just touch up on it, Roger, just go back and rewatch like pretty much every live session. You know, I have about three years of live sessions where I trade the breakout, probably about a year or two with the breakout, but I have different strategies that we've used as well. You can go and see exactly where I you know, where I posted the thing, the links and stuff. I mean, where I pretty much like analyzed it, and then you can see exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking for the breakout every morning, because it's the same process every morning about 6:30 every day. Yeah, Eunice said risky because it's right at the Asia low. No, I agree. Same here. It was at the Asia low right here, and this is why it became risky for me. What might happen here is it might just reject off the New York. Is that the New York high? I'm assuming the New York high. It probably reject off the New York high right here, and then just come right back down. But I don't know. It might just keep pushing up even higher. Like I was saying over here, the retail sentiment is too. It's too much one-sided. It's down on the short side, so I don't want to trade with them there. Looking over here at the Dow average is only down 21 points, so it's not even a strong fundamental bias right now. If it's below 100 or above 100, that'll give me a bias that it's supposed to, you know, be going one direction or the other. So other than that, let me scroll down real quick. All right, that's cool. All right, other than that, I think that's it. So let's see. Deswell is asking, good morning, K2. What is the win ratio on the breakout strategy? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Deswell, you've been on here, right? Like every morning. So you've seen that we haven't had a breakout loss we probably have like one loss every month at max. So I think it's about, I mean, it's high. I can't give you an exact number, but you've been here every day, Deswell. So you've seen how it's been hitting every single day. If you want to go back and check all, and I'm going to take this off right here, guys, because I'm not in this breakout. It's just really high, because if you go back to every live session, you can see, and if you look at our wins here, because I don't have these separated by just breakouts, but if you look at the win rate from, you know, the month of August and the month of, I don't know, every other month before that, let's see, like, so for August over here, we currently have 27 wins and 1 loss. So, I mean, if you do 28 divided by 27, or not 27 divided by 28, sorry, is that number right? Yeah, 27 divided by 28. So there's 27 trades total that are wins. There's divided by 28. Okay, it's at 96% win rate for the month of August. For July over here, we had 35 wins and 3 losses. So here, I'll just do the numbers here. It's 27 divided by 28. It's 27 divided by 28. It's a 96% win rate for August so far. For July, there's 35 divided by 38. It's a 92% win rate for July. For June, we had 62 wins and 2 losses. So 62 divided by 64. It's a 97% win rate for June. And then for May, we had 52 wins and 2 losses. So 51 divided by 53. 1 divided by, sorry, 51 divided by 53. It's a 96% win rate. So it's been about 96 to, this month was 96, last month was 92, the month before that was 97, and the month before that was 96. So, I mean, it's around the 96% win rate for those specifically. But yeah, so going back to US 30 over here, it's doing exactly what I mentioned. So if you guys remembered what I just mentioned before this, this did exactly what we just what I just mentioned, right? I mentioned price was going to drop. It was going to range around this area. And then it was going to reverse all the way back up. And this is why I'm not taking any sells, because I already knew this was going to happen. Reason for that is because retail sentiment is short. Retail sentiment is short. Fundamentals are not that strong. It's only down 21 points. And the technicals are just, technicals are technicals. They're not something that you should really follow directly. And you can see here the fundamentals are now green. So everything that I mentioned this morning played out perfectly. And I'm glad that I didn't take that sell, because if I did, I would have been screwed, because I would have been stopped out. I would have lost all my profit from this morning. But thankfully, I didn't take the trade, and I was smart about it. And that's how I locked in, this much profit for the day. Let's see, Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a little more for the buy. She locked in 2,778 or 2,788. Great work, Patricia. Other than that, yeah, great work, Patricia. Stern over here, he said, look at 30-minute wick. So let me just pull that up right now. So let's go over here to the 30-minute. Yeah, huge wick right there. It's also on the 1 hour too, sir. So huge wick right here on the 30-minute. It's probably gonna swing back up at this point. Same with the 1 hour over here. Big wick on the bottom. So let's delete this stuff right here, because I'm not in any of these trades. So yeah, like I was mentioning before, I'm probably gonna look for some buys. We just missed the buy here actually. So the buy swung up right here. And we could have taken that buy, but fortunately I wasn't paying attention, so I missed it. I do have my alerts on though. Let's see. I don't actually, sorry. That's my bad again right there. I didn't have my alerts on. So it's now shifted to a buy. What we're looking for now at this point is looking for a retracement, and we'll catch it as it swings back up even further. Same with this one right here. Off the 3-minute, we're looking for a possible retracement right here, and then a swing back up higher. So we're currently looking for buys now. And the reason for that is because the technicals have shifted to a buy side. The fundamentals are now green as well. It's not very green, but it's still green. And then the retail sentiment is still short. So with that said, you can see a lot of people are entering shorts right now. What I'm assuming is a lot of people have sell stops right there, and that's what kind of slowed down price right here. They had sell stops, and then when price came up, it triggered the sell stops, and you can see that it went from 64% to 66%. So now there's more retail traders on the sell side, which is good for us because we're looking for buys now. Now we're just waiting for a retracement. We'll catch it as it swings back up even further. But you guys can see that it played out exactly how we marked it up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to swing back up over here, but we're gonna catch it. Lethal's asking, late today, did you get in on that big drop? Yeah, all of us did. So you can see our profits over here. So my profits right here, I took 3 sells right there. I locked in 1,604. That's what I locked in. Tommy over here locked in 5,000 right now. So great work, Tommy. And everyone else did too. Junior over here as well. He took the sells and he took the buys as it swung back up. He's in 2,847 this morning. Great work, Junior. If you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and send them over. But I have everyone else's current profits right now. So yeah, Patricia locked in 2,788. Scott locked in 1,149. Maddie over here locked in 1,136. And I mean, there's a lot to go through here. I'm not going to go over everyone's profits yet, but we have this whole list of profits right here from everyone who took those sells. So other than that, let me see what else I missed. Hey, Malik, morning. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Bobby. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Rigo. Morning, Joey. Joey said, morning, Shawn. Do you have any tips and tricks when you're figuring out the FTMO price difference? You just subtract the FTMO price from the trading view price. So you'll, yeah, this is what you'll do. So like, for example, right here, you'll basically just type in this number right here. It's about 5 numbers, right? So you just type that in. So it's about 35365. It's 5 numbers right there. Subtract it by the FTMO numbers, 35352. And you can see that the difference here is only 13 pips. Not a big difference. So, I mean, you can just, what I generally do is I just subtract it by 20. I overcompensate for it because it's generally between 10 and 20 pips. So if you just want to do it quickly, you know, you can just subtract it by 20, which would give you the number that you need there. So basically just go off the trading view number, subtract this by 20. So if it's 35,381, you just subtract that by 20. Now it's going to be 35,360. And I mean, it's not always going to be accurate, but if you want to do it quickly, you can do that. But if you just want to subtract it, you can do that as well. And yeah, price is doing exactly what I just mentioned, right? It's starting to push up even higher. Reason for that is because a lot of people are entering the sell side, and we're just going to hop into it a little further. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, Talanji said it's always tricky when it's near the all-time high. No, exactly it is. Wait, what happened, Abraham? Abraham said hit your daily drawdown. How to hit your daily drawdown, Abraham? Because we're all in profit. I don't see anyone here that took a loss today. Eunice over here too. Nice work, Eunice. Locked in 61 bucks off his account. Great work, Eunice. Other than that, yeah, everyone here is locked in some pretty nice profit over here. Oh, yeah. No, Abraham said his entry went in 10 seconds late on the Funny Talent server. Yeah, that's why I don't really use Funny Talent, guys. They've been having server issues again this week. So Abraham, he hit his, I mean, you should probably just message them, Abraham, and tell them that there was an issue with the server. Hopefully they'll fix it for you. But you know, they don't really budge. You know, they kind of just want your challenge fee so they can pay out the rest of the people that they owe right now. Is Tommy here? Hey, Tommy, did Funny Talent pay you out yet? Because I know they owed you like 26K from last month, but I don't think they paid you out yet. Just curious to see if you know, the people here who had pending payouts with Funny Talent, if they got paid out. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Bobby said 300 bucks like it's a bad thing. No, exactly. JC's asking, what made you take the breakout? General sentiment was short. Markets mainly green, positive. So yeah, what I was going over earlier, Jay, is because the all the technical analysis was a sell. Fundamentals were sell as well. But the only thing that made it risky was the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment was also short. I generally don't want to trade in the direction of retail sentiment. So that's what made it risky. But the fundamentals earlier were red. So the fundamentals were red. Also, the technicals were red. And that's why I took the sell this morning. But generally, I probably wouldn't have taken that trade. Yeah, I just saw that it looks like such a good drop. I saw it dropping further and further, so I hopped in. And that's why I locked in the sell right here for 690, another sell right here for 690, and then a small sell right here for 390 or 300, whatever I locked in. Tommy said, no, they haven't. So Funny Talent still owes Tommy 26K. And for the guys here who like want to defend Funny Talent, Tommy was trading perfectly fine with them. He got paid out, you know, well over 80K from FTMO the same month. So in July, he got paid out over 80K for Funny Talent. They still haven't paid him his 26K. I mean, it's not even that much money if you think about it. There's other people that they owe even more, but they haven't paid out Tommy yet from last month, and it's August 25th now. So I mean, good luck to whoever is using Funny Talent. I'm never going to recommend them to you guys, but if you guys want to keep using it, then I mean, it's really on you guys. Yeah, Tommy said funding talent never paid me. He's tried 4 times. They keep dodging him. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? If you guys use a company like that, just don't be surprised if they dodge you and not want to pay you out. Patricia said she's getting paid out. So Patricia is one of the people that's been getting paid out. She's been with them for a while though. Tommy's one of the people that haven't gotten paid out. There's a couple other people in the group too. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, Patricia. So it looks like some people are getting paid out. But you know, it's the risk that you guys take. You know, working with a company that's not really established like FTMO is. Yeah, Deswell said funny talent sucks too. I think they might owe Deswell some money as well. And that sucks, guys. I'm glad I stopped using them. I used them for a little bit and I stopped using them after I figured out that they're having so many issues with payouts. Yeah, let's see anything else here that I missed. Deswell said, if I missed a breakout, I take retracement for at least 25 pips. No, I do that too. That's kind of what I did earlier today, Deswell. So like it dropped right here, it retraced up. That's when I entered for 1 sell and I made some profit off that. Again, right here, it retraced up. I entered for another sell, made profit off that. And again, right here, I did it 3 times. And that's how I got my my 3 trades right here. I got 690 for the first one, 690 for the second one, 330 for the third one, for a total of 1,604, which I mean, it's not too bad. So guys, if you guys are wondering what I'm waiting for here, I'm looking for a possible entry. We also have news coming up at 7:30, so that's in about 28 minutes. But this is the K2 US 30 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2, you want to confirm price is above. Price closes above K2 pivots 3 and 4 for a buy or below for a sell. And then that's pretty much it. After that, enter on the open of the following candle. So this is what we're looking for right here. We're looking for a valid K2 momentum signal and waiting for price to close above the pivot. So looking at this right here, this is an example of where it actually worked. So right here, we want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal right here, a buy. So we have a valid buy signal here. It's a valid buy signal because it's a buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. So that's gonna be requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you want to confirm price closes above K2 pivots for a buy or below for a sell. Right here, we have this close above and those 2 requirements have been met. So after that, you can enter on the open of the falling candle right here. You let that run and there you go, full TP. So that's basically what we're looking for again right here. We're looking for the same thing just down here. So we're waiting for it to come back up right here, retrace down, and then shoot back up for another buy. And that's exactly what we're looking for here as well on the 3 minute. So same thing here, it's just different time frame. Right there. So that is basically what we're looking for right now. And since we're looking for buys here, it's going to work out with what we're looking for because retail sentiment is short. Generally, we want to trade the opposite direction of retail sentiment. We also want to trade in the direction of the fundamentals. So right here, the fundamentals are green. Retail sentiment is short. So everything's pointing towards a buy right now. So it looks good for a buy if we do get one. If we don't get one, that's fine. But this is pretty much what we're waiting for here. Let me see if there's any snipe entries that are available here as well. Let me see. All right, there's a lot of zones right here. Let's draw a couple of zones where price currently is. Let's say we got one right here. One there. There. Another one right here. All right. So yeah, no snipe entries available in the 10 minute, but if we're looking for one here, I'll just put the requirements for this strategy too. So this is going to be the K2 US 30 10 minute snipe strategy. So first you want to confirm a wick rejection off K2, off any K2 pivot. 2, confirm a wick rejection off K2 SR zone. 3, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. And after that, enter on the open of the following candle. All right, so this is it for the snipe strategy right here. We don't have any entries available, so there's nothing for us to look at right now. Looking over here on the 3-minute, we're looking for the same thing, retracement right here, valid buy signal, and then swing it back up. Same with 1 minute here. We're looking for a retracement and a valid buy signal and swing it back up. We do have news coming up in about 14 minutes, so we're probably not going to enter any trades from now until then anyways. So if you guys have questions and want me to cover something, then let me know, so I can clear up anything that you guys need help with. And then we can cover anything that we may show. Here, let me see. All right, let's see. So Andre said, man, this guy looks amazing. Then he backs it up live. He's expensive as hell, but I may join. Yeah, no, definitely Andre. I mean, everyone here is pretty much killing it. I mean, like, there hasn't been one day where we haven't profited here. I mean, if you look at everyone's profits, people cover that, like that subscription for the K2 strategies is people cover in like one trade. You can see everyone's trades here. Like Tommy made 5,000 for the day. Patricia made, each trade she's making a couple $100. So just a reminder, guys, the price for K2 is going to be going up soon by the end of this week. So if you guys aren't signed up already, price is going to be going up for new signups. If you guys are already members, you guys locked in that current price. And the reason for us increasing price is because, the demand for K2 is just way too high right now. Also, we just introduced a brand new indicator, the session's high-low indicator. This indicates where the previous session high-lows are. And in order for me to keep working on these new indicators for you guys, I need to pay coders, right? In order for me to pay the coders, to make sure that our indicators here are up to date and they're always like spot on. You guys can see right here. So if you guys are brand new here and you guys haven't seen this new indicator that I created this past week, it's basically what it does is it marks up the previous session high lows. So as you guys can see right here, these purple lines are the previous Asia lows, and this purple line above here is the previous Asia high. So if I turn everything off, let me just turn all this stuff off right here, and I'll just show you that one indicator that I just released. So these red lines right here are the London highs. These purple lines right here are the Asia highs. This green line right here is going to be the New York high lows. So purple is Asia, red is London, green is New York. You can see price respect these pretty nicely, right? So price comes down, rejects off this low, and then it bounces back up. You can see right here, price consolidates around the New York high right here, or the New York low. I'm not sure if that's low or the high. I think that's the low. Yeah, because the high is up here. So this is the New York low right here. And you can see if you guys have these lines here, they perfectly line up, and it helps you with identifying where these rejection points are. Obviously, we have other indicators that we use with it, but this is the brand new one that we use here. And you can see price respect this point time and time again, right? It respects the London high right here quite a bit of times. And if you guys have these indicators here, it pretty much takes out the guesswork with identifying where price is likely to reject from. And they help a lot when determining, when to enter a trade and when not to. Because for example, here, you can see that a lot of people here take a bunch of trades, right? Patricia took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trades here. But she minimized her losses because she identified exactly where to trade and where not to trade. And same with everyone else here, like Scott here, no losses, straight wins. With one trade here, he covers his subscription. It's so cheap, it's only $200. So pretty much everyone here covers it in a single day trading with me here. Even if you just trade live, you can easily cover it. Even Albert here with a small account, right? Albert has a small account here. He locked in $300 in one day, and you can see who's profiting here every single morning. So Patricia, again, she said now done for the day. She locked in a total of 3,152. Great work, Patricia. And there you go, another example of like how people lock in profits here. So, I mean, yeah, if you guys want to sign up as soon as possible. Otherwise, when price does increase, that's going to be the new price for K2. So if you guys want to sign up to K2, make sure to sign up as soon as possible if you're not already signed up. But if you guys are already signed up, you guys are completely fine. You guys will have access to it as it continues. You'll lock in that current pricing. So other than that, let me go back to the questions over here, see what else I missed. We're still looking for the same thing here. We're looking for retracement. We haven't had that yet. Same here in the 1 minute. We're looking for the retracement. We haven't had it yet. So there's no entries available just yet. Let me scroll up real quick and see what else did I miss over here. David said, LOL, 26K, not that much money. Big timers talking. I'll be able to say that soon. Not exactly, David. Soon enough. Duggan said, I'm back using FTMO2. The prop firm in Australia is shit. Don't waste your time and money at KT family. So Duggan over here, he's from Australia. So he used an Australian company to an Australian prop firm, which is a prop firm. And Duggan was like winning for a bit. And then what happened was they just all of a sudden suspended his account for no reason. And they haven't been in touch with him over the past couple weeks, if not a couple months now, right? So Duggan is having an issue. He's not using them anymore. He's now currently just using FTMO, like what I'm personally using too. Other than that, let's see. Sorry guys, let me turn this off. Someone keeps like drawing on the board over here, so I keep having to delete it. All right, let me delete that. Let me delete my own one right here too. Delete, clear all drawings. All right, cool. All right, so let me go down to the chat over here. Let's see. Tove is asking what settings you have for the sessions indicator. So Tove, everyone's sessions are gonna it's gonna be different. For me, I'm located in Pacific time. So for me over here, I have it set to the times that London is running for me. Everyone lives on a different time zone, so I'm not sure where you're located, but you can figure out where your times are. If you just like, here, let me just look this up real quick. I think I have a website that I used to go to. You can just search it up. So let's just do a FOREX trading session times. So if you just go to Google and you type in FOREX trading session times, it'll give you the times right here. So depending on where you're located, it'll have the times here. So you can just convert it. This is GMT time or London FOREX session time, depending on like what you want to trade or where you're located, you would just set it to that time. So for me, depending on where you're located, I'm located in Pacific time. So mine's 2300 hours for London because we're also in daylight savings time. So we knock it back by an hour. Normally it's 24, but here it's 23 because we knock it back an hour. It just depends on where you're located. So if you want to look at the times, just go to, just Google FOREX session times, and then you can get the times here and then you can convert it to your time so that you know what time to put here. But it's going to depend on where you're located because I'm not sure where you're located or everyone else as well. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. All right, so I think that's it for that right there. Let me scroll down a little further. Rav is asking, hi, Shawn, I have a problem with the new indicator. USA Asia lines are there for a high and low, but the UK only has one line, which I think is high, but I have not gotten the low. So Rav, there's always two lines on the chart. There's never just one line because it sets the high lows from the previous session. So I think here, let me scroll back real quick. Oh, that's weird, huh? It looks like it's not. Here, let me just go on the higher time frames. Let me just scroll back a little bit. I'll go over here to a clean chart. Because I think, the London session might be closing soon. That's why. So I'm not sure what time does it close. Let me just check real quick on here. Yeah, so the London session, let's go over here real quick. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it's not on here. It hasn't had that before. Or you know what might happen is it might, let me just turn off everything else. It might be lining up with another line. So let me turn this off and this off. No, it's right there. Okay, so Rav, it is there. You can see it. If you turn off the other sessions, the London session is there. There's always going to be two lines. It just lined up with another one. Okay, so the London low and the Asia low are the same exact price point. So if you turn off Asia right here, you can see that it's right there. And you scared me for a second. I thought the indicator was broken. But yeah, it's right at the same exact price point. So it rejected at the same exact price point during Asia as it did for London. So if you check it right here, that's how you'll find it, Rav. And if you want to turn off the other ones, you can. It's just, that's where it might get a little confusing. So, all right, we're good with that right there. Let me go back to the charts. Let me see what signal came up at 1 minute. Nothing there yet. Still looking for the retracement. All right, let me scroll down 1 second. Prahul said, so Shawn, when trading US 30 scalping strat, you basically correlate 10 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, right? That's correct. For technical analysis, that's what I use. Delmas said, are you going to create a specific strategy based off a new indicator? Probably not, Delmas. This is just used for an extra confirmation. I mean, there's a lot of strategies that you guys can base off it. Like you guys can run a break and retest strategy off it, which seems to work really well. Here, let me go over here real quick. Let me see if I can find one. It might be better on the hard time frames, like the 3-minute. But yeah, a break and retest strategy is something that you can use pretty well. Like for example, here, price. So price broke structure, came back down, retested structure here, and then it had a buy signal. You could take it for a buy right there. I mean, there's a lot of ways to apply these indicators like to your own strategies. Like I haven't even created a strategy for this, but you can see how perfectly it works, right? But this is used for an extra confirmation. So like, for example, here, this would be a break and retest. If you wanted to take this entry here, this would also be a 3-minute entry because right here, we have a buy signal. It's above the pivots. So that, you know, line up with another entry right there. I mean, there's a ton of different strategies that you can apply for it. But I think what we have now works perfectly fine. This is just using it as an extra confirmation. So not necessarily, I'm probably not going to make a brand new strategy for it, but I could show you ways to implement it into the strategies that we already currently use because they work out perfectly fine, right? If you just use them as an extra confirmation. Because, you know, we have a lot of strategies already. We have like, I think 10 strategies or more available already. I don't want to confuse you guys by giving you guys too many strategies when you can kind of just incorporate it into what you're already applying. So yeah, short answer to your question, Delmas, is probably not. Unless I see something that's really good. If I see something that's really good, then yeah, of course, I'll create a strategy. But right now, what we have works perfectly fine. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Prahul's asking, yesterday I was back testing 3-minute start. I had 14 wins and 7 losses, but the risk reward was 5-1, which means I break even. And for the 10-minute US 30 start, it had 16 wins, 13 losses with a 1-1. Yeah, no, that's pretty solid too. Prahul, I mean, if you have anything above a 50% win rate, that could be fine depending on, you know, your risk reward. If you're doing a 1-1, as long as you have more wins and losses, you should be perfectly fine because it'll take the trades. But I'm still trying to figure out like which strategy did you apply, Prahul? Because you said you back tested the 3-minute start. So I'm not sure like what you were looking at exactly. If you can give me the requirements, you know, I can probably look at it as well. And I can give it to the rest of the team here to probably look at too. But it looks like you were probably using something different, not necessarily a specific strategy that we're currently using. Let me scroll over here real quick. Hamidi's asking, what's that prop from name, Shawn? Which one are you talking about, Hamidi? Are you talking about the one in Australia or are you talking about the one FTMO that we've been using? Because we generally only use FTMO. That's the only one that I recommend to you guys. Everything else has always had issues. Gerald's asking, so what happened to Duggan's profits? They just pocketed them. They just suspended his account. He never got the account back. So yeah, basically, he just got screwed for the most part. Talanji said, yeah, for some reason, the sessions indicator zooms my whole chart like the SR indicator. It doesn't look like it's doing that to yours. It might be some settings that you changed on your own, Talanji. So make sure that your settings are proper. Yeah, for me, it doesn't really zoom into my chart. If I turn them off, it's still there, right? So my chart looks the same here. If I zoom out, so right here, this is, I'll just turn everything off right here. So here's it without the indicators. If I turn it on, it doesn't change anything. It just adds the lines to the chart. So I'm not sure exactly why your screen looks like that. It might be something that you changed yourself under your settings. So, I mean, if you don't mind, you can go to your settings and just, you know, apply everything to default. But if you have everything customized already, I probably wouldn't do that because you're probably gonna mess up your chart. I'm not sure exactly why your chart looks like that, Talanji. If you could send me a screenshot of your settings, I can probably look at it. Or send me a screenshot of your chart and your settings so that I can see exactly what's there. So 3 screenshots actually of your chart, of your settings tab over here, so I can see exactly what it looks like off scales. And then also open up your indicator right here and take a screenshot of this so I can see what you did here. Because you might have checked something that shouldn't be checked. Or you might have unchecked something on accident. It happens all the time. So I can help you if you can show me some details as to like what your screen looks like. Let's see, Christopher's asking, what are your favorite tools for London session? I use the same tools for everything, Christopher. I use the K2 pivots, the K2 momentum indicator, the K2 trend meter down here, and the K2 sessions indicator right here. So depending on what strategy I'm applying, These are the indicators that I generally have on my chart almost all the time. Like I almost never take them off. For the 10-minute here, we change the pivots because these are the snipe strategy. I mean, it depends on like what you're applying. If you're applying this strategy, I'll have all the pivots up. If I'm applying the 3-minute, I'll have everything up, but I just change it to the 2 pivots because the other ones are irrelevant. And same with the 1-minute here. It's the same thing as my 3-minute. I just use the K2 pivots, K2 momentum, K2 trend meter, and the K2 sessions high low. All right, so price is pushing up exactly like I mentioned. So if you guys remembered from this beginning of this session, I told you guys that price was going to come down. It was going to range. And then it was going to shoot all the way back up, right? And look what happened. Shot all the way back up. And if you look at market sentiment over here, the retail sentiment, see how these people, they're getting trapped in the trade because 67% of retail traders are short right now. And they're just getting fucked, right? They're getting screwed like super heavy because the price just keeps going up higher and higher and they're just getting stopped out. So, you know, this is why it's important that you guys are patient. You guys wait for possible entries. Oh, fuck, did we just miss this trade again? And I just missed this trade again this 1 minute. I was busy like looking over stuff and I totally missed this one right here, but this would have hit full TP again, this 1 minute. Oh man, how did I miss that trade? We were waiting for this for like the past, and actually we wouldn't have taken this trade anyways because news happened at 7:30. So looking at the oil news over here, let me see. I don't even understand how I missed that trade. I was looking at that for so long and it was positive. So crude oil inventories are negative 3 million right now. They were previously negative 3.2. They were forecasting it to be negative 1.9, but it was actually better than they expected. So that's why we kind of had that push up right there. But I missed the trade there. This is I mean, it was a pretty nice 1 minute entry right there that I missed, unfortunately. But yeah, whoever caught it, congrats to you because that was a pretty good entry that we could have taken right there. Alex is asking, is it true you're going to stop YouTube soon? Alex, so I'm probably not going to completely stop YouTube, but we're going to, I'm not going to post a link up anymore. Like today, I didn't post up the link for YouTube, but a lot of you guys are still here. And the reason for that is because we just get too many trolls here on the YouTube and I just don't want to deal with it, right? I'm busy focused on making you guys profits by taking good trades and calling good trades. But in the YouTube, we tend to get like a lot of trolls in the group. So that's why I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So I'm still going to be here for the people on the Zoom. I'm also going to keep going live, but I'm not going to be posting the link up for the public to join in on. If people in the public want to join in on it, they can join in later, or they can just subscribe to the channel so that they can get notified when I go live. But I'm not going to be posting up the links how I used to before. And eventually, you know, it'll probably just go away completely. So for right now, it's just not going to be shared until after the session is done. But you can still hop in if you're subscribed, because if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, YouTube will send you an email whenever I go live. Christopher's also asking, or do you ever trade London? I don't. I never trade London. I only trade the same time every day from 6:30 to 8 every morning. And that's why my success rate is so high, because I don't trade all day. You know, I literally trade every morning and I lock in. Sorry, I got confused for a second. I only trade like about 1 to 3 trades a day. So like today I took 3 trades. I locked in 1,604 for 2 accounts. So if you split that amongst 2 right there, I locked in 1,604. 1,604 times 2. So I locked in a total of about 3,208, right? But amongst both of my accounts. Yesterday I took about a few trades here as well. I took about 2 trades. I locked in 1,479 off one account. My other account I locked in 1,079. So you guys can see that my accuracy is pretty high because I only trade during a certain time period. I never trade London. I've traded London before. It's, you know, it's a fun time to trade, but if I need my full focus for New York, I just skip London and I trade in the morning for New York because I trade US 30. So it's better for me to be more focused during US session than London session. So, you know, quick answer to your question is no, I don't ever trade London session. I've tried it before, but I can't stay up from like London to New York because it's that's midnight for me here where I'm located in California. Rav said I'll screenshot and show you if you want. It's been like that since last night. I mean, you can do that, Rav. I'm not sure what is wrong with yours. Or no, actually, okay, you saw it there. That was the question from earlier. We fixed it. Amira said, hi, Shawn. I noticed my trend mirror is solid blue. It doesn't look like yours on any of the time frames. I'm not sure how to adjust settings for that. So Amira, if you want to change your settings for the trend meter below here, just go to your trend meter settings. So go down here, trend meter, click on the settings button right here. And if you're scalping, the default settings here are intraday settings. So this is why it's blue down here, right? It's blue down here for you because it's set to intraday. It's set to the 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. If you want to set it to just for scalping, just go to same as chart, and it's just going to show you the trend on this specific time frame. So once you send it all to same as chart, it'll show you what the trend is for the 1 minute chart here. And that's all that you care about because you're trading 1 minute, right? Vice versa on the 3 minute, if you want to do the same thing, just go down there and do the same thing. Change this to same as chart. And then lastly on here on the 10 minute, same thing as well. So, I mean, you can change the settings depending on how you want to change it or how you want to trade. But for me personally, I just have it set to same as chart because I'm scalping. I don't really care what's going on, an hour from now, 2 hours from now, a day from now. I just care what's going on right now because that's when I'm trading. So that's how you would change the settings for yourself right there. CJ said, any more entries, bro? I missed all sells. There was an entry right here that you missed as well. So looking at this strategy right here, confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. We had a valid buy signal right here. Confirm price closes above the K2 pivots for a buy. Price was above the pivots, so you'd enter right there. And there you go for a full TP. For whoever caught it, I didn't catch it, but there's a couple people here who did catch it. So definitely great work amongst everyone here. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, Matt actually told me. So Matty over here said 1 minute pending buy. So I actually missed the trade there, but a lot of you guys were looking for it right there. Yeah, Hamidi, that's correct. It is the prop trading. Yeah, a lot of you guys here actually told me it was on the 1 minute. I missed it, but you guys all confirmed it here. So definitely great work to whoever caught it. So it looks like Maddie caught it, Salorm caught it, Vincent caught it. Some of you guys caught it here. So if you guys want to send your profits, go ahead and send them in. Larishna over here, she locked in a total of 508. Great work, Larishna. Nice. Maddie over here locked in the 1 minute. He took a half lot because he wanted to be a little careful. He locked in 1,764. Great work, Maddie. My bad. I missed the whole chat. Maddie was like trying to warn me about the trade and I missed it. Junior over here too. Junior locked in a total of 3,564. Nice work, Junior. Man, Junior's been killing it. If you guys have seen Junior every single day, he's like posting massive profits. I could even show you here. Let me just go to Junior over here. So Junior, let's see. So for today, he locked in 3,564, right? If you look at Junior yesterday, he posts every single day his profits. So again, yesterday he locked in 1,860. The day before that, 2,820. So he's like on a roll. He never loses because he uses the strategy as it's supposed to be used. The day before that, 4,893. You can see JR, like Junior is just killing it every single day. So great work, Junior. Man, you've been locking in some massive profits every single day when I see you just post up in the group. Kyle here as well. Kyle locked in a total of 310. Nice work, Kyle. No losses, straight wins right there. And this is what I was mentioning before, right? Kyle pretty much locked in his subscription with like one or a couple trades here. Just easy. Fidel over here as well. Fidel caught a profit of 577 off that buy. Great work, Fidel. Yeah, so you guys did some pretty solid work right there off that one trade. Bobby said, once you sign up, how long does it take to get the Zoom link, or is it automatically generated once payment is received? It's automatic, Bobby. So once you sign up, you'll get access to all the K2 premium groups, and the link for the Zoom is posted in all of the premium groups. So the K2 premium signals channel right here, you can see the Zoom link is posted right there. Again, right here in the premium chat, the Zoom link is posted right there. It's posted at the same time every day, about 6:31 or about 6:30, before 6:30 every single day. JMac over here locked in a total of 1,508. Great work, JMac. Nice profit off that. William over here too. So William locked in a total of 18,000. Nice work, William. Damn, you guys are all killing it today. Great work, everybody. Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else over here. Pravul said, I was using K2 snipe strategy, 10-minute wick rejection, any pivot, confirm. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Prahul is using the 10-minute strategy. So yeah, the thing with the 10-minute strategy, Prahul, is like one thing that you have to take into consideration is the times that you trade, right? You probably cut a lot of those losses during Asia session, right? Because in Asia session, the market kind of moves really slow. Like for example, right here, you could probably catch some wins here, but you're going to catch some whipsaws back and forth. Like for example, this sell right here. This one I got close, but it would have hit TP eventually. But it does get a little risky depending on like when you're trading. And to make sure that, here's one thing to make sure, Rahul, is like when you're taking these trades, make sure that you rewind it and you're actually back testing in the specific time period. Because say if you rewind it over here and see how we have no zones right here, the zones change. So the zones right here, you got to make sure that you're actually going back in time and back testing it. You're not just looking back, because for example, here, if you look back over here, you're going to see a lot of bad entries because the zones have changed over time. But if you move it forward, so let's see, price is currently right here. As you move it forward, there's new zones that get created along the way. So I just want to make sure that you're doing the back testing properly, because some people don't back test this properly. They just try to look backwards, but it doesn't work that way. You have to actually go back and push it forward because the zones change if you want to get the real-time conditions. So I'm not sure if that's what you were doing, Prahul, but if you are doing it, just make sure that you're doing it the proper way and you're actually going back in time to back test and not just back testing it by looking behind, because that's not going to work that way. It's just not going to give you it's not going to give you the results that you're looking for, because you want to have realistic results. You don't want to just look for wins. You want to make sure you're looking for both wins and losses. Other than that, let me just scroll down real quick. Yeah, a lot of people here were hinting about the buy here that I missed. I just saw the chat. Sorry, guys. Thanks for reminding me, but I didn't see any of your guys' messages till now. I see all the messages here at 7:30. Everyone's telling me to the buys over here that just came up, and I missed it. But I'm glad to see that some of you guys here did lock it in. Al is asking, good morning. What are the best times to trade besides New York session? The second best time would be London session, Al. So if you want to trade when volatility is high, it's going to be from, I'm located in Pacific time. So for me, it'd be midnight to noon. Midnight to noon for me. For you, I'm not sure where you're located, but it would be London session over to the end of New York session. That'd be the best time for you to trade. If you just want to trade I wouldn't really recommend trading Asia session because it is kind of risky. Talanji said, is a 4-hour FOREX strategy the same as US 30-10-minute snipe strategy? And could you confirm the fixed TP stop loss, please? No, it's not. It's completely different, Talanji. I'm not sure where you got that mixed up from. I mean, they're like way different time frames. You know, the 4-hour compared to the 10-minute, they're two totally different strategies. The 4-hour strategy over here, and I'll put the requirements for that strategy. I mean, they're like way different. Like there's no similarity to any of the for those strategies here. So I'm not sure how you got those confused, Laundry, but here I'll just put this as the K2 SR zone strategy. And if you're confused about this, I think you should go back and rewatch the videos, Laundry, because I want to make sure that you actually understand this and you don't mix them up, because these are way different. They have no similarities at all. So for this is confirm a break and close past K2 SR zone to confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum. Momentum indicator, and then after that, enter on the open of the following candle. So this strategy like has no similarity to the 10-minute snipe strategy right here. So this is way different. For this, you confirm a wick rejection off the pivot and structure. For this, you're looking for a break and close past the K2 SR zone. So these strategies are totally different. This is something that it should be nearly impossible for you to mix these up, because here, let me put the requirements here. Let me just copy this over. Like there's like literally nothing that lines up. Like none of the requirements here line up. So what I recommend for you to launch is, if you're confused about this, go back and rewatch the videos. Maybe that's a hint that you should probably go back and rewatch the videos, because if you confuse these together, you'd lose a lot of money because they're completely different, right? For the snipe strategy, we're looking for wick rejections. For the zone strategy, we're looking for break and closes past the zones. So these are totally different strategies. What I recommend is probably just go back and rewatch the videos, because the videos are there. If there's any confusion, this will help you understand. Because the thing is, I can tell you exactly what's here, but you know, as soon as we get off this live session, you're going to forget about exactly what I just told you. So what I recommend is actually go back, watch the videos, relearn it, and then understand exactly what you're applying, because these are totally different. So going back to what I was going over here. Yeah, no problem, Talanji. Yeah, no problem for that. I just want to make sure, because I don't want you to make the mistakes, because I've seen a lot of people mix up strategies and then they end up losing, and then they realize later that, oh, they could have done something differently. So let me just scroll down a little bit lower and see what else I missed. Al said, what time should you stop trading for New York session? I stopped trading at the same time every day, Al. I stopped trading at 8 o'clock. So I only trade from 6:30 to 8, and that's about it. Reason for that is because price ends up reversing and swinging in opposite directions. So if you guys were on the session yesterday, do you guys remember what I mentioned yesterday? I mentioned that from market open, so I'll just mark it up for you guys here. So from market open over here at 6:30, basically from 6:30 to 8, this is where I trade. Till 8. So you guys can see that there's a direction that's been set from now until 8, right? So from here, price is just bullish the entire time. From 8 to 9, this is generally where, or 8 to 10 actually. 8 to 10, this is usually where price starts to consolidate a little bit. So from here, you'll see price just range from this point. It'll probably just go back and forth, you know, to wherever it's going to go. And then around 10, this is where the mid-market reversal happens. So like from 10 till 12, this is generally where price will tend to reverse, right? So at this point, when price reaches here, it'll do one of two things. It'll either continue shooting up higher or it'll just reverse all the way back down. So this is why I stopped trading around 8, because I don't want to get caught in the range right here. I like trading when price is directional like it is right here. If you go back to yesterday, it was a little bit of a choppy move, but it did play out exactly how I mentioned. Because I did explain this to you guys yesterday as well. And the only reason I know this is because I've been trading US 30 every day for the past 3 years. So I started to see patterns. It's the same pattern every single day. It just repeats itself. So from 6, yesterday was a little more messy, so it's not as easy to see, but from like 6 to 8, you can see that there wasn't really much direction, right? So that's why yesterday we didn't really follow through with this, because there was no direction set from 6 to 8, 6:30 to 8. If you go to the day before that, on Monday, there was a super clear direction. And I'm just trying to show you guys an example so that you guys understand what I'm talking about here. So this is why I only trade during these certain periods. So from 6 to 8, 6:30 to 8, you can see how price just goes up, right? And if you guys remember, this is August 23rd. You guys remember my profits from August 23rd, right? I go to August 23rd right here. And these are the profits that I locked in, right? I locked in 1,479 off that account, 1,079 off this account. So we just took buys around here. And then from 8 till 10, you generally see price just range and consolidate. So 6 to 10, you can see price goes from bullish to ranging, consolidation. And then from 10 to 12, mid-market reversal. Right? So bullish, range consolidation. And then from 10 to 12, mid-market reversal. So I only trade from here. I trade from 6:30 to 8. That's about it. That's usually where the most volatility is, because this is the New York London overlap. So they overlap right here, and that's pretty much where I make most of my trades. And that's generally where I stop trading. So it's about to be 8 right now. It's 7:48 right now. So I'm probably going to be done. You can see right here, price is starting to come back down. So as it comes back down, it's probably going to go into consolidation from here. Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else here. So Fahad said, hey, Shawn, I'm still not able to find the session's high-low indicator in the invite only script. I tried closing my trading view and clearing the cat sheet, still nothing. Am I doing something wrong? So Fahad, message me on Telegram, message me the email you signed up with and your trading view username. I'll see this. I'll check in the system to see if your accounts are linked. That might be the issue. It might just not be linked, and it just needs to be updated. Justin said, what happens if you trade restricted news? Does your account get lost? So depending on when you trade it, I'm not sure what the news is for FTMO. Depending on if it's like directly affected. So what you can do is go on the FTMO website. There's going to be an economics calendar there. If it tells you it's restricted, then you can't trade during that time. If you trade during a restricted event for that specific asset, then they'll suspend your account. But generally, if you're trading US 30, the news doesn't necessarily usually affect you directly. It's more so towards like Forex pairs and like gold and stuff like that. But you can ask their support, you know, if something specifically affects that asset that you're trading. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Hamidi. So Hamidi's asking about other prop firms. I haven't used any other prop firms aside from FTMO and Funding Talent. I hadn't had good, like, I didn't have a good experience with Funding Talent, so I'm not going back to them. But I've only been using FTMO. I haven't had any issues with them at all. And I've been trading with them for over a year now. Prahul is asking, so basically you recommend only trading on specific session like New York, London session, right? Yeah, I've been back testing all sessions with one-to-one. The best sessions to trade would be London and New York, Prahul. I'm not sure if you're like familiar with how the market moves, but during Asia session, market's too slow. So if you're trading these momentum strategies that need momentum, there's no momentum during Asia session. So that's the reason why it doesn't work so well during Asia, because the market's just not moving. So what I recommend is not necessarily stick to one session, but you can use London or New York. That'd probably be the best for you, because that'd probably be where the most volatility is. Scott said, hi, Shawn, the 1 minute scalp here in the recent case with a full TP. What if any case can we repeat the scalp? And when would you not try to back scalps? So Scott, looking here at the 1 minute that you just referred to, I personally wouldn't. I only go for the move, right? So like, for example, here, the move here would have been a lot smaller. It would have been about 100 pips right there, right? So I don't double dip into these trades like this. Whenever I do double dip is when, say we have an entry here on the 1 minute, right? Where it gives us a buy. If I enter here and I look here on the 3 minute and say we have another buy somewhere around here, right? Say we get another buy that happens later. That's where I would double dip in. I only enter trades when there's an actual entry. I don't just double dip because of speculation. I only enter when I'm 100% sure about a trade. But I don't really trade off emotion. That's why I have such a high win rate here at K2, because I don't trade off emotion. I trade off strategy. So if there's an entry available that's falling under the 3 minute, 1 minute, 10 minute, whatever time frame, then I'll enter the trade. I'm not just going to be entering because it pulls back. So short answer to your question is I never back to back and never double dip like that unless like I'm absolutely sure the trade's going to move in that direction. Because the thing is, if it didn't go in your direction, you can easily blow all your profits and then lose more money on top of that, due to greed. So for me personally, I never double dip. I generally wait for another entry. So say, for example, here we have this win and there's no entries available here, right? I'm not going to double dip back into it. This price can easily just swing right back down. And then if that becomes a case where it swings back down, I just catch it as it swings right back up. And it's just a game of patience, right? It's a game of patience and a game of not getting greedy. Because what happens with a lot of people here that I've noticed is you guys will make a lot of profit with me in the morning. Then you guys will keep trading after I tell you guys to stop trading. And then you guys lose all the profit and you're back at ground zero, right? So if you guys want consistency and accuracy, make sure to just, stick to a certain time period or stick to a time when I'm trading. Because obviously I've been doing this long enough to know when's the best time to trade, right? And if I'm only trading from 6:30 to 8, making a couple $1,000 a day with no losses, if you guys want to have the same results, you guys got to do what I'm doing. Obviously you guys can make more profit, but for the most part, if you guys want to lock in what I'm doing, like for example, here, you guys can scroll back to all of my profits here. I haven't had any losses in a long time. Straight wins for today. So on the 23rd as well. The 23rd straight wins right there. I made 3,733. Other account 3,333. No losses, right? And if you just keep scrolling through here, you guys can see I don't really lose very often because I'm really on point with my accuracy here. So it's just really up to you. If you guys want to be riskier, take more trades. If not, you guys can just stick to what I trade in the morning. And you could be perfectly fine that way. So nice work, Owen over here. Owen locked in 198. Great work, Owen. Dre over here too. Let's see. Essa locked in a total of 344. Great work, Essa. And Dre over here too. Dre locked in 86. Great work, Dre. Yeah. Dre said sometimes you just got to take what the market gives you and walk away. Still profit is profit. Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across to you guys. You guys don't have to trade 24 hours a day. For me, I only trade an hour and a half a day and I make great consistent profits every single day with nothing to complain about, right? I don't have to go back to work. I don't have to go back to a job. I have no boss to answer to. I just trade from 1:30 to, I trade from 6:30 to 8 and I do whatever I want the rest of the day. So if you guys want to live that type of lifestyle where it's not really that difficult, not so stressful, just do what I do, trade in the morning. All right, other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Dean said, how do you use momentum indicator for Confluence? You can use it on different time frames. You can, so like say, for example, here, if you have a buy signal here on the one minute, you go to the 3 minute, you have a buy signal here on the 3 minute, you have a buy signal here on the 10 minute. If these are all giving you buy signals, you're here on the 1 minute, 1 hour, and you're like, damn, it's a buy signal on the 1 hour, a buy signal on the 10 minute, a buy signal on the 3 minute, a buy signal on the 1 minute. It's probably going to be a buy, right? Because it's going to give you that, that time zone, you know, exactly for when you, I'm not time zone, that confirmation that price is going to be going in that direction. So, I mean, there's different ways to do it, Dean, but this is probably the most basic way to use the momentum indicator for Confluence if they're all pushing in the same direction, right? Because if they're pushing in the same direction in all these other timeframes, and you get a signal here on the 1 minute, odds are it's probably going to keep pushing in that direction. But you shouldn't just use that standalone. You should also use, you know, other confirmations like the K2 pivots or the K2 trend meter or the K2 sessions. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can add in. The more confluences you have, the better the trade will be. So you want to make sure that you check off pretty much everything. Check off the pivots, check off the trend meter, check off the momentum indicator, check off the sessions, check off everything. Check off the fundamentals over here, right? If this is bullish, so like here, I'll show you everything that I'm going to be pointing towards, right? So for the technical side, price is above the pivots, right? It's going to be trending up on the 1 minute. The trend meter is green. It's trending up as well, right? There's two confluences there. We have a buy signal right here. That's a third confluence. Price is above the New York session high from yesterday. That's a fourth confluence. You look over here at the fundamentals for the daily. It's 65 points in the green. That's a fifth confluence. Here on the futures data, it's up 76 points. That's six confluences. You look over here at the market sentiment. Majority of retail traders are short. So what are you going to do? You're going to buy. You have seven confluences right there. If you buy, odds are you're probably going to win because you have so many confluences. And that's exactly what I do. I use all those confluences to confirm it. I'm not going to enter here, obviously, but if we get a buy signal, then I'll take it because there'll be entry there. But right now, there's just no entry that's available because we need a retracement and then we cash it as it swings back up. So even though you have all those confluences, that doesn't mean to enter the trade. You still have to follow the strategy, make sure that everything fits here. And that's basically what I would do there. So yeah, definitely great. And let's see, Christopher said, look at the 1 hour candle. Sheesh, let's see. So yeah, huge candle right there. So as you guys can see right here, huge candle on the 1 hour. There was a big wick off the bottom. You can see it rejecting off the K2 pivot. And then it shot up from this point right here, like well over almost 1,000, well over 1,000 pips. So 100 points, which is equivalent to 1,000 pips, big move up right there on the 1 hour. And this is doing exactly what I mentioned from this morning, right? I mentioned that if market sentiment is short, price is probably going to keep pushing up higher and higher. So everyone who's entering, so pretty much everyone who's chasing these sells here is getting screwed, right? Whoever chased a sell from down here is getting screwed because price literally went up from down here all the way up here, 1,650 pips. It's horrible. It's horrible for whoever doesn't know how to read the charts because they're just following the sheep, right? If you're trading with the sheep over here, you're going to get slaughtered. Whoever's entering the short side right here, they're just getting stopped out every single time because price just keeps pushing up higher and higher. Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, no problem, Talanji. Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, let me see over here real quick. Let's see. Christopher's asking, are you still looking for a retracement and a buy if we close above the New York session high from yesterday? Yeah, so I'm technically, I mean, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna get off the session soon, Christopher. But if you're looking for a trade here, you know, basically I'd be looking for a retracement. This is the retracement candle right here. If this closes with the signal, we basically need an opposite signal. We need this to close right here for an opposite signal, and then we would catch it for a buy as it swings back up. But for me personally, I'm generally done trading at 8 o'clock because like I mentioned over here, price starts to range once it reaches 8 o'clock. And I don't want to trade when price is ranging because it's just going to increase risk for me, you know, getting caught in a trade or getting stopped out due to like the mid-market reversal. So I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm just going to answer the rest of the questions here and then we can call it a day because we all locked in some pretty nice profit already so far. Hey, Jag Group. Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, he said, thanks. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Randy said, that's my plan to trade with you. But this AM with no profit or loss is still new though. Yeah, Randy, that's all good, man. So like a lot of you guys are here still learning and it's fine. Like some days it's fine to not take any trades, right? It's better to take no trades than to still profit or to take a loss. Cause I'd still go for a no profit day than to have a loss. Because if you're break even, you're fine. You know, the next day will be good and you'll just make profit that day. But no, definitely. Randy, if you just follow what I do every morning, just trade from 6:30 to 8 like I do, you can pretty much just lock in solid profits every single day and not have to worry about getting caught in any of these fake outs. So see Jerry over here, he said, got into the drop late, but got out and then got in for some buys for the write up. So Jerry over here locked in a total of 1,207. Great work, Jerry. Yeah, you guys are killing it. Amir over here too, Rafaro, locked in a total of 163. Great work, Amira. Yeah, so you guys are doing great here. I'm glad to see everyone here profiting. Some of you guys made more profit than me. That's completely fine. I only made about 1,604 times 2. So I made a total of 3,208 for the day. But yeah, seeing everyone's profits here, it's great. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here profit more than me, even if that's the case. So here's the thing, like for me, it's not impressive for me to show you guys my profits because obviously I'm going to profit. You guys are applying my strategy here. But seeing other people here in the group profit more than me, like Patricia, she's up 3,152. So, you know, seeing people like this profit more than me every single day shows you that what I'm teaching you guys actually works. Because if the student's doing better than the teacher, you know, that they added their twist to it. And you can see that I'm giving you guys this foundation for you guys to learn how to trade how I do. And then you guys can make your little twist to it to make it even better. And, you know, that's what it's all about here at K2. I'm here to make sure that you guys are as profitable as I am, if not more. And if you guys are brand new here, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course. And this is how you'll get access to the indicators and the strategy so that you guys can, you know, find your own success trading with us here. But yeah, other than that, let me see if I missed anything else. Yeah, Patricia said, thank you, Shawn, I'm out. Definitely. I'll see you tomorrow, Patricia. Christopher said, got it. Price ranging, but fundamentals heard. Exactly. Definitely. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for the questions. It's 8:02 right now. So it's about to be time for market to possibly range for a bit. So I'm probably not going to be trading. If you get a buy signal here, maybe you guys can hop into that. Here, I'll just wait for this to close. If it closes, maybe I'll hop into it with you guys real quick. If it doesn't, then I'll just log off for the session. So we got about 30 seconds left on this. I'll see if it closes. If it does, you know, we'll think about entering the trade. If not, then we'll just call it a day. So I'll go over down to everyone's profit. So let me just scroll over here. Here's the timestamp for today. You guys can see right above here, it says today. So Vincent over here locked in a total of, Vincent locked in a total of $34 today. Let's see. Matthew locked in a total of 465. Great work, Matthew. Let me just watch this real quick. So we got about 4 seconds left on there. No entry. Okay, so there's no entry there. I'm not going to take it. I'm done for the day. But let's go down the profits over here. So Matthew over here locked in 465. Angela locked in 881. Angela on her other account, 1,125. Scrolling down, Kip locked in 4,053 this morning. Great work, Kip. Patricia locked in 2,224. Albert locked in $7 on his personal account, and then 313 on his other account. DJ locked in a total of 1,009. Bradley locked in 872. Maddie locked in 1,136. Scott locked in a total of 1,149. Patricia again locked in 2,788. Tommy locked in 5,360. Junior locked in 2,847. Eunice locked in $61 on his first account. Patricia locked in 3,152 here. And you guys can see these are all different people. Larishna locked in 508. Maddie again over here locked in 1,764. Junior again locked in 3,564. Kyle locked in a total of 310. Fidel locked in 577. Jonathan locked in a total of 1,508. William locked in 18,000, sorry. Owen locked in about 200 right there. Essa locked in a total of 344. Dre locked in a total of 86. Jerry locked in a total of 1,207. And Ramiro over here locked in 1,063. Lastly, for me, I locked in a total of 1,604 times 2 accounts. I'm up about 3,000 something around there. So guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. I'm pretty much done trading. So if you guys want to trade, be careful, use a tighter stop loss, or just be a little more careful with your trades, you know, be a little more conservative. So other than that, I'll see you guys here tomorrow. And if you guys have questions, just reach out on Telegram. I'll reach out to you guys.